Hello YouTubers, you're watching Just Do It Yourself channel, and today we have 2016 Ford Edge with 2-liter EcoBoost. So let's see what's going on. Okay, I'll try to start the engine. You can see that RPMs are jumping. The gas pedal is not responsive at all. We have checked the engine, so it runs really rough. The engine is shaking. The exhaust smells really rich, really terrible. Let's quickly scan the codes. I'm using my basic scanner. I will leave all the links for the parts and tool in the description to the video. So I'll read the codes. Throttle, actuator control system, current stack open, current stack close, pending stack open, pending stack close, stack close, stack open. So before, this vehicle was running a little bit. It was giving trouble from time to time, and when I scanned it I saw that there was one of the actuators stuck closed. So we'll go ahead, we will remove the throttle body and we'll get it clean and see what happens. Alright, let's start our journey removing the throttle body. So first we'll start with this engine cover. Oh. This vehicle is a little bit frozen, but it's 1, 2, 3, 4 rubber boots. So next we will go ahead, so the throttle body is just below underneath, because this is turbo engine, that's where it's located. So we'll go ahead and remove those vacuum lines. So basically you just press on those and they will release. Then there is one electrical connector for the two, just put it aside. So the idea is so the throttle body is on the 2 hose clamps connected to the air intake hose, and the rest is connected to the air intake. So we will be taking off the air intake. We need 4 new gaskets for 4 cylinders and also a new gasket for the throttle body itself. So now we just will play around to see how we push those lines aside. So this cover, there is a metal clip, so you just push it out and then gently pry it out from the other connector, but this is the metal clip I was talking about, so you just push and pull. So next we have 1, 2, 3, 4, and there should be 5 bolts that hold the air intake. So there is another side of the vacuum line, basically this one over here, and I'll just try to get it out same way. Just squeeze the tab on top and pull it off. There's not much room at all, so I might need to use my 2 hands. So we want to disconnect everything that we can from that throttle body slash intake. We'll see, maybe we'll remove it together with the intake. Okay, will cut those zip ties to see if we can separate those lines and maybe push them aside for now. So this one is connected to the line, actually to the hose that is before the throttle body, so I would assume it can stay there. This one is attached to the throttle body piece that is just before the air intake. So I will play a little bit more and we'll try to just remove that. Next we will do some cleaning to make sure when we remove the air intake the dust doesn't get inside. Okay, I finally got this hose just off the side, and this one you need to press on both tabs at the same time and pull it out. You need to press really hard. So push this aside. So next I'll use 7mm socket to get to the hose clamp loose. And it's falling apart. So that screw of the hose clamp is just coming out, but the hose clamp itself is not loosening. I'll try one more time. This time we'll apply a little bit more pressure to keep that screw in. Okay, so now the hose clamp is loose. And there's, sorry for that. And just below there is another hose clamp. So I will get that one loose too. I'm not sure which one will be easier to come off. So just to, I need a shallow socket. Okay, so we'll get this one loose too. That is plenty. I'll take a pick and we'll slide it under the hose and just go around as much as I can to break that seal. If you don't break the seal, it might be quite difficult to remove it later on. So you can actually try. So I have already disconnected the bottom piece. So this bottom piece is disconnected. So hopefully we can remove the air intake now. I'll put a clean rag inside that pipe so nothing falls into it. Alright, so to get to the fifth bolt we need to remove the belt tensioner. So we use 14mm socket to get the belt off. And I will use just a tiny piece of wire to hold the belt in place, so we don't need to struggle with installing it on the pulleys again. I'll just use a piece of wire to hold the belt so we can release the tensioner. And to my surprise, this tensioner is not tense at all. Okay, so now it's 110mm here, 110mm there. So we should be able to remove the tensioner. There's the hole. There's one bolt and one is just underneath. Okay, so this is the tensioner. Let's put it aside. So now we have clear access to all the bolts, so we can get started. So we'll do this one first. They're all 10 mil. Need extension to for that one. So I would assume there are a few more things attached to the throttle body, the wiring, and potentially a few more tubes. We'll see. We can do this one. Seems like they're all the same size. And the last one. So hopefully it will come off now. Alright. So now I just need to look careful what else is attached. Okay, the first in question is this line. Seems like it's a clip to connect, so I'll try to pull it off and show you. Okay, so I will take this 2.0 tool and I will push one red tab to pull this one out. And it helps. Next, there is this wiring harness, which just like has nothing to do with the intake, just a touch over there. So you just attach it to. Also, similar to this wiring harness, there is another one on the other side. Same thing, just pry it off. Okay, more stuff to remove more loose this air intake is. So next, what we need to remove is this connector, like a pipe. So I guess it's easy to press on both sides and pull it off. And also there should be wiring connected to the throttle body. So let me disconnect this tube first. Alright, so I just realized that my mic fell off and it's somewhere in the engine bay now. So now we'll just use built-in microphone. So to remove this, you need to press, like you can see there are those kind of ribs. So you press enough so this side and this side disconnects from this tube, and you can watch as you press they go to the side. So when you press you might need to wiggle it and pull it out. So now our throttle body, I think the last piece would be the wiring, and that's exactly right. So that wire over there. Okay, so that's the win. The intake is off. I'll show you that harness again. So you pull the tab off, you press on it and pull it. Alright, I have removed the throttle body. Those were two bolts holding it in place. So at this point we will clean it. It doesn't look too terrible. There you can see like pieces of sand which might have gotten from the outside. So I'll get it clean and we will test it again. Okay, to clean it we will use some paper towel and carb cleaner. So we'll just spray it inside, let it soak for a second, go ahead and clean it. You can gently push on that butterfly valve, get it open, and clean it from the inside well. Some of the Ford's throttle bodies, and I know on the F-150s there was an issue where those gears inside were nylon gears and they had a tendency to wear out and break. Hopefully this is not the case. Give it another clean. Make sure that it's nice and shiny. All the sides. Okay, while I have this throttle body out, I will go ahead and remove those clips and we'll try to inspect the gears to make sure that they are fine. I really hope nothing will blow and it don't damage anything. But the last thing I want to put it back together and realize that it's still not working. Okay, so those gears seems to be fine. So now seems like I need to move those connectors on the other side. So it was like this. So I need to install them back. So basically need to transfer those two copper connectors this way. Now we can put this all back together. And reinstall those clips. So the gear seems to be fine. So hopefully it was just a bit of debris that was causing the issue. Okay, so next we will replace this gasket. And I will leave links in the description to the video with all the parts and tools that you might need. Okay, so now I will get the throttle body snug. Next I will get this hose clamp tight while we have it here. Next we will remove air intake gaskets. We will replace them too. actually clean this a bit with the compressed air first. Now we will install the new gaskets. So the new ones, you will see they are sticking out a bit, while the old one were kind of flush with the intake. Next we will clean the engine side. So you can grab a rag, put some brake clean, and just go all the way around to keep it clean. You don't want anything to go inside those holes, definitely. You just need to be careful and go from one to another one. This one seems actually like it might be leaking a bit. So just clean them nicely to make sure that there is no leaks when we put everything back together. Okay. One thing to pay attention is that there was this washer, and I'm pretty sure that it goes with this gate into this tube. It fell off when I pulled out the throttle body, so I didn't see it till now. So install it back. Another thing that we probably should do is to make sure that those are tight enough, and with the size I will put 90 inch-pounds. I don't know exact torque specs for this, but this seems to be the right size for the right torque for the bolt size, which are M6. So now when this is torqued, we will put it back together kind of in reverse order. So we will start with the electrical plug as well as with this tube. So we'll do the plug first. So get it in, and then we'll push the thread connector in. Okay, next we'll put the hose back in. It should be easier to put it in than to remove it, obviously. Because now we just push it and it should lock in place. Next we put these two wire harnesses, just clip them back in on both sides. So at this point we will put the hose on the throttle body hose on the flange, and we'll align the air intake so it sits properly. We'll actually put a couple of bolts to get them started. Now it's good. You don't want to make them too tight at this point, since we need to torque them all. So we will install this tube. Just push it in. It's much easier to install everything than remove. Now we'll just continue with all the bolts. Get them started, get them snug. They're all the same lengths. This one is a little bit tricky to Okay, we will leave them snug like that. So next, while all those tubes are out of the way, we will get those hose clamps tight. Okay, next we will torque the intake bolts. I don't know specific torque for this, but judging by the bolt size, we will do 200 inch-pounds, which should be plenty. And we go crisscross pattern from one side to another one. Okay. Next we will reinstall the tensioner. Those are also 10mm bolts. 8. And we will torque them as well to 200 inch-pounds. If you guys know book values, please share it in the comments. Okay, next we will go ahead and use 14mm socket to get that tensioner loose, and we'll reinstall the belt. So as you know, the belt is tight with the wire now, so we'll just grab it and put it back where it belongs. While you do that, you still want to shine the light and make sure that the belt sits properly on each pulley. You can remove the socket. Okay, so next we'll go ahead and reinstall this wire. I think this wire goes underneath that cover, if I'm not mistaken. So now we will put this cover back on. Metal clip. Okay, now we'll put this tube in. We will put this tube in. And so this one goes on that intake manifold. All clicked in. So at this point, just to make sure that I don't miss anything, I will start the engine, see how it works. Alright, so let's get the engine started. That feels good. That sounds really good, hey? No surprise. So, cleaning the old throttle body did not make any difference. I had to replace one. Impossible to find the new one, original part. You can get one online, and I will leave a link in the description. So, just summary, we cleaned the throttle body, we checked the gears, everything looked fine. It did not fix the issue. So after I replaced the throttle body with the new one, the engine works as it's supposed to work. So probably, considering the price, still worth taking it off, cleaning it, but the chance is high that you just need a new one. That should be it for now. Thanks for watching, guys. Like and subscribe. Check links in the description to the video for parts and tools. And as always, just do it yourself.